And these developments come as visitations and funerals start for the 49 victims. My co-anchor Sean Maroney is in Orlando tonight, sharing stories from many of those just coming to terms with this tragedy. Sean.
Out here live on Orange Avenue, you can see it's still a very active scene, nearly 4 days since the worst mass shooting in U.S. history. Now, this is the closest that investigators have allowed us to get to the Pulse nightclub, just on the other side of the command unit, mobile command unit behind me. Now, inside the club, investigators are combing through the evidence to build their case against the attacker. Meanwhile, outside, most everyone is focused on the victims and the victims' families, whether through support, donations, or attending to final goodbyes.
49 smiling faces, taken suddenly from this world in a single instance of terror, a senseless act of violence. For days, loved ones have been grieving, and now they're realizing it's time to say their goodbyes. 40-year-old Javier Jorge Reyes, known as Javi to his friends, is among the dead from the Pulse nightclub shooting. Wednesday evening was his visitation, one of the first for the victims, and people from all walks of life came out to give their support as well as protection. Javi's friends and family tell us he was always positive, outgoing, and that he had a caring heart, and no one knew better about that caring heart than little Jonathan Clark.
He was my friend for a day. I got them that for his present.
What was it that you brought? Was it a teddy bear?
Yep. It's a little bit teddy bear for him. That's why I gifted it to him for him.
He was just there for my son. My son's special needs. He has autism, and he helped him out. He was always volunteering his time. He actually did a lot of work with special needs children.
Jonathan, what's your favorite memory with Javi?
When he did to cut my hair with the purple dye.
It's a lot to process for anyone, much less a 7-year-old. Throughout the evening, those close to Javi comforted each other, and many braced themselves for more goodbyes to come. Helping pay for the funerals are donations, millions raised, and for helping organize the events, a new center in Orlando that is providing free help for the victims' families. It was there that we met another friend of Javi's, Sam Azar, who was donating toiletries and water for those visiting from out of town.
Why is this so important?
Because this happened in our city, this happened a mile from where I live, this happened to our community, this happened to our country. We instead of feeling helpless, we want to be able to do something and help those families.
Back out here live just across the street from the Pulse nightclub. It's still a very active scene with investigators inside. Now on the outside, people in Orlando are bracing themselves for the president's visit expected tomorrow. This has been a prominent fixture on the campaign trail in recent days, the worst mass shooting in U.S. history. Folks here are curious to hear how he will approach it and what he will plan to say in regards to all the rhetoric we've been hearing on the campaign trail. We will be here for that, as well as much more throughout the day. Reporting live in Orlando, I'm Sean Maroney, CBS North Carolina.
Thank you, Sean.